What is going on, Trash Talkers? We are back with another episode for you. In today's video, we're going to give you our draft profile and analysis for Cincinnati quarterback Desmond Ridder. All that and much more coming your way right now! Before we get into today's video, be sure to smash that like button and hit that red subscribe button as it will help us tremendously. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy today's video. Alright, Nick, as we get closer and closer to April's draft, we have another draft profile to get to. Today talking about Cincinnati quarterback Desmond Ridder. Desmond Ridder stands at 6'4" and weighs 215 pounds. He is PFF's ranked number 3 quarterback in this draft class, and his pro comparison is Marcus Mariota. When you take a look at his career stats, he played 4 years at the University of Cincinnati. He had 810 completions for 10,239 yards and 87 touchdowns. Along with that came 28 interceptions, but he's very versatile and able to run the ball as well. When you take a look at his rushing stats, he had 2,180 rushing yards and 28 rushing touchdowns to boot. This guy is the real deal. He is a multifaceted, versatile weapon. Nick, tell us a little bit about the strengths and weaknesses that Desmond Ridder brings.
He absolutely is versatile, but when we look at him as a quarterback, this guy has the intelligence you are looking for. He played at Cincinnati, a small school, and a lot of people are hesitant on him, but Desmond Ridder has everything you look for in a franchise quarterback, starting with his excellent pocket presence and poise and awareness, where he's able to sit in the pocket, look through his reads, and make the right call without getting pressured by whoever is on that defense. He is able to sit there just like a Mac Jones is and really find the right person to go to. And then you look at his interpretation of the defense and all those defensive schemes. That does not faze him. He is not like Lamar Jackson coming out of college where he needs to learn this as a rookie. He is going to have this understanding, this fundamental understanding of football as a quarterback going into the NFL, where he's going to be able to pick up on what defenses do very quickly. And he's not going to be a day one starter. He's going to have time to develop, which is exactly what you want for a guy like Desmond Ridder, who will be perfect in a few years for whoever he plays for. But he does have some weaknesses that we do need to touch upon, and that he does struggle with the deep ball. This is something that he was not able to come across at Cincinnati, and it's probably not going to translate to the NFL level. So whoever he plays with is going to have to realize that that deep ball is not going to be there for most of the time. And then he has a long wind up in his throwing motion that is going to have to be worked on. But with that time under some veteran quarterback, these are things that will be coached up, will be taught to him, and he will be ready to go in just a few years.
Absolutely, and when you're talking about some of those veteran quarterbacks, we start off with the Tennessee Titans as a potential team that could draft Ridder. The Titans have a lot of needs as of right now, but when you're taking a look at the long picture and seeing where the Titans will be, Ryan Tannehill only has a few years left. They have to start thinking about the future. Desmond Ridder is the perfect player to work behind Ryan Tannehill. He has a lot of the same intangibles. He has a lot of the same abilities to be able to run the ball and pass the ball. The deep ball is not there for them most of the time, so they have to work on their accuracy, their pocket presence. That's what these guys have done their entire careers. Now Desmond Ridder could work behind Ryan Tannehill and really get his game up to an elite level.
Another team that could be looking at a quarterback is the Detroit Lions. Sitting there at 32, they might be looking at Jared Goff and saying, you're a nice temporary fill-in for quarterback, but we want a long-term answer. And Desmond Ridder, give him 1-2 seasons behind Jared Goff to learn this offense with all the new weapons they have. He might be an absolutely perfect fit.
Another team that could really use a quarterback for the future would be the Atlanta Falcons. The Falcons shipped off Matt Ryan and got Marcus Mariota in free agency. With Desmond Ridder's pro comp as Mariota, who better to learn from than the former number 2 overall pick himself? This guy is going to help Desmond Ridder translate all of his knowledge and all of his abilities into being a top-end NFL quarterback. Marcus Mariota sat behind Derek Carr for the last couple of years. Now he has all of that knowledge and information to translate to the younger generation. I fully expect the Atlanta Falcons to be highly invested in Desmond Ridder.
And finally, let's take a look at the Indianapolis Colts. Just getting the Falcons quarterback Matt Ryan. He only has a couple years left, and the Indianapolis Colts are a very young team. They are still looking for that franchise guy. That is something Jim Irsay has said over and over he is looking for. Desmond Ridder might be great in this system. When you look at the weapons that they have, Paris Campbell, Michael Pittman, these are some guys that are not the biggest deep threat weapons. They work the middle of the field. They would be great with a guy like Desmond Ridder, and his versatility along with Jonathan Taylor would be a matchup nightmare for any defense that they go up against. This would be a great offense under Frank Reich.
Overall, I think Desmond Ridder has a place in the NFL as a starter, but it won't be for the next year or so. This guy has to learn behind a seasoned veteran, somebody who's been through it and seen some of the darkest days and some of the best days. I fully expect Desmond Ridder to be a quality NFL starter in years to come, but this is not his time. But I want to hear from you guys. Let us know in the comments down below what you think of Desmond Ridder, who he reminds you of as a pro comparison, and where you would like to see him get drafted. All right, well, that's going to be all for now. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell. We go live every single day. That'll be all. Peace and love.